You know, there are worse people that you could have trapped in that cave with you.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your DN's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for today. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Lost. This is for episode 7, titled The Moth.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Lost. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode. This is for episode 7. This one is titled The Moth. So, it's a bloody moth. This is a great episode. This is a great episode. This episode focused on Charlie, which I was really excited about because I really find his character one of the more interesting and kind of intriguing ones so far on the show. I kind of wanted to know his background, and what we got for him I thought was really good. Basically, in this episode, we focus on his backstory. We basically see his story as he was a rock star, you know what I'm saying, like kind of touring and all this stuff, touring with his brother and stuff, and his brother was rambunctious as hell. He was on another one, partying with girls, drinking, getting into drugs, shit like that. He was slacking off on concerts, and, you know, he wouldn't communicate properly with his brother. They had a really bad communication system, and over time, he got Charlie into doing drugs, basically, with all the pressure of everything else, you know? So, and he kind of visits him later on, and we see that now this guy has a perfectly normal family life, and he's acting like this, you know, sweater-wearing, you know, like dad and stuff, you know, trying to act all proper. And he's like, you made me this way, and now I'm addicted to drugs, and now the tour can't happen because you won't join me because you're too busy with your dad life, you know? And he's like sitting there, he looks terrible by this point, you know? And he's like, okay, well, screw you, I'm gonna go catch my flight, you know? And then it ties in, which I thought was really good. But the backstory for him I thought really worked, and I felt really bad for him because, again, you know, you always hear about it with artists, you know, getting into touring, getting into stuff like that, and then it's the wrong time, the wrong place. You get into drugs, and it sometimes kills you, you know, and it lives with you for the rest of your life, you know. And in the current day, this episode, we have Jack, and we have our group that are, of course, living in the cave. Meanwhile, Kate and the rest of them are living on the beach still, right? And Jack kind of comes by and visits them, of course, and he's still got like a photo of Kate or whatever, and she kind of like, you know, confronts him about it, and he's just like, yeah, like I found this with some of my stuff, and I'm like, damn, you got a photo of her too, man? Holy crap, you were trying, my guy, you were trying, you know. But in all seriousness, I think they would make a good couple. I'm actually rooting for it. If they do it, I think it'd be pretty cool. I feel like they're gonna drag that one out, though. They're gonna drag that one out for at least like another season, you know, or like it'll be at the end of this season. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like something like that. That's what I think, at least. Don't tell me, but that's what I think. So anyway, we've got them. They, of course, are staying in this cave, of course, and I love it because you have a sequence where John Locke's character, right, he is, and this is why he's my favorite on this show. He says, he's like, okay, you want your drugs back, Charlie? All right, I'm going to let you ask me 3 times. And after the 3rd time, I will give you your drugs back, you know? And sporadically throughout this episode, he's asking him, you know what I'm saying? He does ask him the 3 times. And I found it very interesting because you get Jack in this one that is trapped in this part of the cave that collapses, right? It's kind of a mystery whether or not Jack is alive. And they obviously need to get help to get Jack out of there, right? So they go back to the island and they get some of our crew to kind of come in and help, right? And it's, you know, kind of an emergency, stuff like that. And then you got Sawyer, who, oh my god, man, I want to punch him. I mean, seriously, I wanted to fucking punch him. He literally, his main job, he told Charlie, is like, okay, you go deal with the cave. I'll go tell Kate that Jack is potentially dead. And he just sits there, he waits, he stalls, he's like asking her all these weird questions, he's trying to get with her, you can tell, and then he just randomly says, yeah, it's unfortunate that he didn't survive, you know, it's like, what the fuck, you know, and then Kate's just like, what, you know, and then she fucking bolts, you know, of course, and he's just sitting there all content and stuff like that. I love the actor, though. I'm loving his character. I'm pissed off at him. he's very easy to hate. I'll put it that way, Sawyer. He's very, very easy to hate. I'm telling you, though, I have a feeling that I'm going to get to like him, too, once I get his backstory, which I feel like we're going to get in a few episodes, so I'm holding out for that one. But he's probably my next, like, target for a backstory that I want. I want his next. I really do. I want to see what his story is. I want to see what he's been through. Yeah, you've got Kate, the rest of them. They're trying to get Jack out, right? And then you have Charlie, of course, that kind of steps up to the plate here and goes through like a hole that they make, but then he gets trapped in there with Jack. And you got them that are kind of sitting there thinking that they may even die in there, you know. And you get Jack that, of course, his arm is all like, you know, whatever. And Charlie has to pop it back into place, right? And I thought it was really interesting because they're sitting there, you know, kind of thinking that they're going to die and that they're not going to get out. And then you randomly see a moth that's like flying, right? And I love it. He's like, it's a bloody moth, you know? And he looks, right? And you see that. And then he's just like, there's you know, there's a way to get out, you know? So they make their way out. They circle around the cave. They go back in, and then you get the reunion between Kate and Jack. And you get everybody that wonders, like, how'd you guys get out, you know? And, you know, you get Jack that just like Charlie, you know, he got me out, you know. And then Charlie's looked at as the big hero and stuff, and I thought that was really cool as well, too. And the episode caps off in such a cool way. You've basically got Jack now that's recovering. You've got Kate that kind of gives him a thing for his arm, which I thought was pretty cool. And you've also got at the end, he goes up to John Locke, Charlie that is, the third time, and says, I want my drugs, right? And John Locke's just like, all right, that's the third time. All right, you know, he gives him it. And I wasn't sure where it was going. And then Charlie throws the drugs in the fire. And I was like, very good job, Charlie. Good job. Drugs affect way too many people, and it is a very, very horrible, horrible addiction. So I'm glad that he made it through that. Yeah, there you go, guys. That's episode 7. I loved it. I got a 10 for this one as well. Fantastic episode as usual, guys. I'll be back in a couple days for episode 8. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click the subscribe button to not miss any other videos for Lost. Sure to follow me at Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Lost. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.